Natalie, Wictor is just not your guy. Hey guys, my name is V and welcome back to my channel. So today I want to do a deep dive into the relationship between Natalie and Wictor from the second season of Love is Blind Sweden. Now guys, let's get started. When this couple was in the pods, I just wasn't feeling it at all because I didn't feel like there was a genuine connection. I felt like there was just depth missing from this couple. They were not really having true and honest conversations. I understand that there's been a lot of hurt from Natalie's side. And I understand that she has had bad relationship, bad experiences, which has led her to close up and become a little bit more cautious. And when the couple moved over to the holidays, the honeymoon phase, it was more of the same, very quiet. And I understand that they're both similar in that way that they're very calm, they're very quiet, they don't really have much personality. I'm sorry to say this, but it is understandable. There's nothing wrong with that. However, I just feel like if you're someone like that, and if you're two people who are very calm, don't really talk much, not really high energy people, I don't think that that necessarily equates to a bad relationship. And I don't think that that necessarily does not work. I've seen couples, low energy couples who are calm, who just like to spend time, their afternoons just reading. You know, one person is reading on the other end with a book, a different book, and the other person is reading on the other end with another book. And that is completely okay. But you need to be open and accepting towards that. If that's the type of relationship you want, then that is the relationship that you go for. However, I feel like in Wictor's case, he is just comparing her to everybody he's dated, and putting her down because of that is the wrong way to go. Saying things like, I just feel like we'll have a boring life together is so wrong and immature. I feel like that was so uncalled for, because either you want this girl for who she is or you don't. If you want an upbeat relationship, someone that has to do all the work for you, then that's what you need to do. If another person is willing to do that work for you, then go get that person. But I feel like he is almost bringing her down, making her feel less than, I feel, because of the fact that she does not act like his exes. He threw a whole tantrum because he was just like, I don't know how my family, my sister, the whole sister stuff again. I don't know how they'll feel about her as a person because she's so similar to me and I value their opinion, blah, blah, blah. In this situation, I really got pissed because at the end of the day, I get tired and exhausted when someone, a man, and this is not a guy, this is not like a teenager, a man bases his opinion and his whole decision on whether he should marry or date a woman because of how his family feels about her. That is so wrong to me. I mean, there are a lot of women out there that have issues with their in-laws, that the family does not like them. You're not choosing to date your mother or your sister. They don't play a factor in this. They might see things that you don't, and it is important to hear what your loved ones have to say. But if you truly love this person, if they don't see what you see, it should not matter. Because at the end of the day, it's not going to be your mother or your sister carrying your child. It's not going to be your mother or your sister that you're walking down the aisle with. I feel like it is important to factor in the family aspect of things, but I also feel like that is an excuse and an immaturity in itself, because I feel like a lot of people use that, just like Dave from the US, they use that as a way to hide and mask their true feelings. Wictor, you are a grown ass man. You should be able to stand on your 2 feet. If she's going to be the woman that you're going to marry, that is going to be your wife, your primary family. Your parents, your sister becomes then a secondary family in that aspect. So I feel the fact that you are using that as an excuse is just stupid to me. And it sounds so immature. Now, I have to say, I don't see it for this couple. I like when they are together in their own little bubble. It looks cute. it looks like they care for each other. It looks like they actually genuinely are attracted to each other. Because if we pull it back a little bit, when they first met each other, Natalie wasn't sure about this guy. She was like, whoa, I can't seem to put the face and the voice together. I felt like she was going to drop out of the experience, to be honest, because I felt like she was not really attracted physically to Wictor. But as time went on, she was able to, I don't know, regulate her emotions and actually see him for who he is. She accepted him. She started then really fighting for this relationship, almost delusionally. Because if someone told me that I'm afraid that we will have a boring life together, I'm sorry, I would not react positively to that relationship. I would not react positively to that comment. I would feel insecure. It would hurt me, and it would definitely be something that I'll be overthinking about. And maybe Natalie is a better woman than me. You want to feel like your partner loves you because they're obsessed with you, not in a, obsessed way, but like, in a loving way. And that is not what Wictor gives me. They're a good looking couple, but I feel like Natalie can do a lot better than Wictor. Wictor is not a bad guy. He just isn't mature enough and not ready for marriage. I feel like he still has a lot of emotional growth to do. And it was really disturbing to me that anytime he had a little bit of an issue, he went running to the villain of the show, Ula. That should be a red flag on its own. I understand Ula in his friendships is different than Ula in a relationship. You can clearly see that. However, I don't care who you are, but taking advice from a madman is not the right way to go. And don't get me wrong, I feel like the fact that he was able to open up to somebody, a male, another male, is amazing. I encourage that. I always encourage that with my own husband. I always say that you shouldn't be afraid to open up with your friends. You should be able to actually have deep and sensitive conversations with your friends. I loved seeing that, but I just didn't like the person he was having the conversation with. But at the same time, it just also just shows me that he is not ready to stand on his 2 feet. Because right after the conversation he had with Ula, then he comes back and he was like, I'm going to fight for you. I'm going to fight for this relationship. And I need you to know that you're willing to fight too. And I'm just like, that is cute and all. But in this, just a few days later, the same issue starts to arise again. And what was really weird to me is that when she met the sister liked her. The sister had no issues with her. So again, is this a Wictor problem? Or is it that his family have put an unrealistic expectation on him? That's why he acts like that. Because, I mean, to be honest, when Wictor was talking about his sister and mother and how he values their opinion and how their opinion is so important and how they might, disapprove, to me, it kind of came across as they were controlling his life, very opinionated, and that if it was me, I would run. I'm sorry, but I need some assurance that my man is not going to take my in-laws or my sister-in-law's side over mine every time we have a disagreement. It was really refreshing when his sister went there, met Natalie, and even though Natalie was quiet, she really was herself for the most part, and the sister still liked her. It says a lot. I don't think that Wictor is the right guy for Natalie, and I don't think that Natalie is the right girl for him. He doesn't see her value. He has an image of how a relationship is supposed to be, and he's basing it off of his past relationships. So that just tells me that Wictor, number one, is emotionally immature, not ready for marriage, number two, and Natalie is with the wrong guy. With that being said, I want to hear from you guys. I want to know what your thoughts are. Do you think I'm completely off base here? Do you think that I'm wrong, or do you agree with me? Please, guys, don't be afraid to leave your comments below, and don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys on my next video.